To demonstrate how to go about mixing chemicals. Now, because I went into Bunnings to get my gear, I couldn't get elbow length gloves, so for the purpose of this I'm just going to use short gloves. But because my employer provides PPE in the workplace, then he should have the elbow length gloves for me. So I've just had a look in the practical workbook at all the things I need. So I've got myself a empty container, stuck a glyphosate label that I printed off. I've got a gramoxone label which I stuck on, and into another container I've got an empty knapsack sprayer. I've got a couple of measuring jugs and a source of water. Now, before I get started, I'm going to have to put on my PPE and stuff, but I've also got to put so that when the markers are going to be looking at your measurements so they can see it, I've got to put some food colouring. You can probably knock that off from the kitchen, and just put some of that in so that when we do our measurements, it'll be a lot easier. Okay, I'll just get myself ready.
Okay.
Right, okay, so I've got myself up in my PPE and I've got my chemical now. I've just got to know how much to use, and in the workbook it says for a 15 litre sprayer we need to use 80 mils. Now my sprayer says 12 mils, so I need less than that. So I divided 80 mils by 15 and then multiplied that by 12, the size of the sprayer, and that tells me I need 64 mils. So I've got to measure out of here 64 mils. That's not real easy, because 64 mils into a reasonable jug out of a container is not very much. So when I'm using this container, I'm going to be tipping it so that the spout is above, and I'm going to be putting a little bit extra into that jug, because 64 mils doesn't really appear on there. On this one, it's a smaller jug, so I go to 50, 75, 64 is halfway between. So I'm going to be pouring that in. 50, 60, 65. That's as close to 64 as I can get. So, just so my marker can see what I've done, I hold that up so you can see it's right, and then I have to put that into my sprayer, which I've already tested for the seals and tested whether it works, because I did that as part of the calibration exercise. So I'll pour that in there, and then I have to rinse. Rinse once. Rinse twice. And by the time I do it the third time, it should be pretty well clean. And I've been doing this on a level, hard surface. So now I top that up to 12 litres, and I'm ready to start spraying. Now, to work out what PPE I needed, I had to look at my label, and I had to look at my safety data sheets, and the safety data sheets will tell me what I need.